Hello there, YouTube. I've managed to set the phone up on my coffee table, which is a slightly nicer angle. It's a bit easier for me to do. It does happen to make me look fatter. Well, it makes me look how fat I actually am, which is far too fat. That aside, we'll get into weight loss and all of that in other videos. That's not what this is about. This is just a quick update to my previous video. I made the video, No, USA is not becoming a fascist state, or words to that effect. And I think it went down fairly well. People seem to be somewhat positive about it. But I've also seen really ridiculous reactions since the election. There have been countless TikToks and YouTube videos of people screaming and saying nonsense. And that's what this video is referencing. That's what prompted me to make this video. And that is, if you feel the need to lie, just bold-faced lie, and spread absolute nonsense, then your point has no merit. Now, for the news media out there that have been saying silly things, like claiming that Donald Trump is a fascist and a sexist and a homophobe and a racist and all that stuff, the stuff they've been saying endlessly for years, you already know you're lying. And I don't really need to point that out. Everyone knows you're lying. What I don't understand are the people who will say things that they must know, surely, are false. I have seen countless clips of TikToks and YouTube videos of women in bawling tears screaming about how Donald Trump is taking away their rights. And all of this is because, apparently, they think that the previous election had abortion on the ticket. It didn't. There was no plan by either candidate to change the laws revolving around abortion. Kamala Harris made statements about abortion, that she was there to defend women's biological rights and their bodily rights and things like that. She wasn't. The way that it currently sits, all that getting rid of Roe v. Wade did is mean that the different states now have their own laws. It got rid of something that was based on faulty evidence and faulty premises, a very, very bad court precedent. That was got rid of, and because there was no federal statement in play anymore, it went back to the states. So each individual state can legislate how they choose and plan out their own laws. This is the expected situation in America. So did Kamala Harris intend to pass a federal law that mandated that abortion was going to be legal in all states, that forced all the states to make it legal? Because I don't think she did. And the way these videos are going, there are millions of people who seem to believe that Donald Trump wants to actively ban abortion. And he doesn't. He's openly stated he doesn't. There are clips of him being asked directly, do you want a federal ban on abortion? And he answers, no. Most of the states don't have a ban on abortion. Most countries outside of America have restrictions on abortion. The people who are screaming about this, about having their rights taken away, and how, as women, they're being treated like their characters from The Handmaid's Tale and all that nonsense, claiming that they're going to go to Canada or all these various European nations. You should know this. All of the countries you say you're going to move to, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, most of Europe, all have restrictions on abortion. And usually those restrictions mean you can't have an abortion after around 12 weeks. Some it's slightly different, but around 12 weeks, which is about what most of the states are putting forward that are restricting abortion. So if you're fleeing America because someone restricted abortion in order to go to another country that already has restricted abortion, you're an idiot. So this is an example of one of the things that I see constantly. it's all these people insisting on lying, on portraying things incorrectly. The number of women screaming about how everyone must hate women because electing Donald Trump means you hate women, and that they're taking away all their rights. They woke up and all their rights were gone. What rights? What rights were taken away immediately on the election of Donald Trump? Nothing changed. You have lost no rights. You do not have the right to kill babies. That's not a right you had. Now, yes, there are more restrictions on when you can have an abortion, depending on which state you're in. If you're in California, where most of these crying arseholes were, not only did you not lose a right, you can have an abortion right up to the day of birth, which frankly disgusts me, but that's because California has made that a law. So, you have lost absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing has been taken from you. These women claiming that they're now in the Handmaid's Tale, shaving their heads, they are performative lunacy. It is narcissistic, crazy delusions. And they are just being performative because they're giant children who just want to scream at the sky. That's all it is. People who have claimed that they're afraid for their life. No, you're not. You're not afraid for your life. If you're an American, you've already lived through 4 years of a Trump administration, and I do apologise for the beeping for Discord. I always forget to mute it when I make these videos. Yeah, you've lived through a 4-year Donald Trump term already. Do you know what he didn't do? He didn't send the death squads around to kill you, did he? So you're not afraid for your life. I watched a black woman screaming at the camera, saying that she was afraid that if she goes to bed tonight, she will wake up the next morning as a slave. Who's enslaving you? Who's going to come round to clap you in chains? I want to know who's doing that. I want you to explain to me, who is your master? Until you can explain that, you're not a fucking slave, are you? This is why no one can take the left seriously anymore. And as someone who is on the left, I cannot align myself with the majority of the left because they're insane. They cannot and will not tell the truth. They cannot portray things logically. They cannot portray things truthfully. There are clips from various different YouTube channels where they go and read policies from Obama on immigration and things along those lines, and tell them that Trump said it. And they will act as if they are the most evil policies ever, claiming that those policies are clearly white supremacy. And then when they're told, actually, here's a video clip of Obama saying it was Obama's policy, they change their tune immediately. They go, oh, well, obviously, Trump's version's worse than that. So, no, he deported more people than Trump. And then they don't know how to react to that. They can't handle the truth. They don't want to handle the truth. They want to live in their own fiction where they can continuously lie. And I don't get why. What do you gain by lying? You're not going to convince anyone who's on the fence because they're going to look up what's actually happening. They're going to realise you're full of shit and they're going to vote against you. This is why you lost. So, yeah, that's what I want to say. Just a quick little follow-up to say, if you need to lie to push your political narrative is worthless. And that's all I want to say on that. See you next time. Bye.